was a calm morning at Orbital Academy, a school floating high above Earth's blue clouds. From space, it looked small, but inside it was the most advanced learning center in the galaxy. Humans and alien students studied together there, learning science, peace, and exploration. Inside room 47A, the air hummed softly with the sound of machines. A tall alien named Mr. Core stood in front of the class. His 4 silver eyes blinked as he activated the glowing hologram board. He was from the Gylan species, known for logic, patience, and cold curiosity. Today, he said in a calm but proud voice, we test gravitational tolerance, the resistance each species can apply against controlled gravity. The students leaned forward. Some were excited, others looked bored. It was supposed to be a small physics exercise. Nothing dangerous, nothing special. Among them sat a quiet human boy named Liam Carter. He was 17 with short brown hair and tired eyes. Most aliens thought humans were weak, too emotional, too fragile. Liam didn't argue. He preferred silence. Mr. Core tapped the console. A small metal cube appeared on the desk, glowing faint blue. This, he said, is a gravitational core. It creates artificial mass. Each of you will lift it while I measure resistance and energy output. Simple. The Arctan student went first. The cube grew heavier with each level, but the large-scaled alien handled it easily. Everyone clapped politely. Then the Thrill, a thin, crystal-skinned being, lifted the cube with the help of her telekinetic limbs. Another success. When it was Liam's turn, whispers started. Human next? One alien smirked. This will be quick, another said. Even Mr. Core's tone softened, as if talking to a child. Do your best, Mr. Carter. The system will stop if it becomes too heavy. Liam nodded and stepped forward. The cube hovered before him, surrounded by a faint blue aura. He placed his palms on it. The surface was smooth, cold, and slightly humming. Begin, said the teacher. The gravity field increased to level 1. Easy. Level 2. Liam's arms trembled slightly. Level 3. The aliens began to grin. Then, without warning, the system glitched and jumped to level 5. A setting meant only for senior students. The cube's glow deepened to bright white. A sharp vibration filled the room. The other students stepped back. Stop! Mr. Core shouted, rushing to the console. But before he could reach it, something strange happened. Liam straightened his back. His hands tightened on the cube, and the trembling stopped. Slowly, unbelievably, he began to lift it. The blue light wrapped around him like mist. His muscles didn't bulge. Instead, his skin began to shine faintly, as if something inside him was waking up. Gasps echoed through the room. Impossible, whispered one of the Thrills. No human can resist level 5 gravity, muttered another. The sensors screamed. Energy readings spiked off every chart. Mr. Core froze. This data! It's not possible. The cube rose higher until it floated weightless in Liam's hands. The gravitational field collapsed in on itself with a pop, creating a pulse of energy that swept across the room. Desks rattled. Lights flickered. For a second, everyone felt light as feathers. Gravity had vanished. Then it all fell silent. Smoke curled from the console. The cube hovered in midair, perfectly still. Liam stood before it, breathing hard, hands glowing faintly white. Liam, said Mr. Core slowly, what did you do? I don't know, Liam whispered. It just felt natural. The teacher scanned him with a wrist device. The screen flashed red. Human DNA interacting with quantum gravity fields? Mr. Core muttered, no, that's never been recorded. Other students crowded around, whispering nervously. He broke the field. Humans can't do that. What is he? Alarms suddenly echoed through the halls. The Academy's automated voice said, warning, unstable quantum signature detected. Lockdown initiated. Metal doors sealed the classroom. Security drones rolled inside, their sensors glowing orange. Remain calm, ordered the lead drone. Identify the source of the anomaly. All eyes turned to Liam. Mr. Core stepped between them. He's my student. It was a scientific accident, but the drones ignored him and aimed their scanners at the boy. Data flickered on their displays, then froze. Energy origin unknown. Pattern matches no known species. Liam's hands were still glowing, though dimmer now. I didn't mean to, he began. Before he could finish, the cube pulsed again, a single deep vibration that shook the floor. Everyone ducked. A strange ripple spread through the walls, like invisible water moving through space. When it stopped, the entire room's gravity shifted for a moment. Up felt sideways and down felt wrong. Then everything settled. Mr. Core looked horrified. That pulse. It traveled through the Academy systems. He stared at Liam. Every scanner in orbit will detect this. He was right. Far away, deep in space, ancient satellites and alien stations picked up the anomaly. It carried the unique signature of human bioenergy, something forgotten for centuries. In distant starships, commanders stared at their monitors in disbelief. One of them, a tall Vorthon general with metallic skin, whispered to his aide, "So, humanity still holds the old spark." Back in the classroom, silence filled the air. Liam looked down at his hands. They were normal again. He felt drained, confused, and scared. Mr. Core finally spoke, his voice quiet but trembling. "Liam Carter, what you just did defies physics itself. You may have proven that humans are not ordinary." The student stared at the cube, still floating, defying gravity. None dared to touch it. Outside the viewing window, Earth glowed peacefully below, completely unaware that one school experiment had just changed humanity's destiny. For the first time in galactic history, aliens were afraid, not of what humans had built, but of what they truly were. The classroom remained silent long after the alarm stopped. No one spoke. The metal cube still floated in the center of the room, glowing softly like a living thing. Every few seconds it hummed, almost as if it were breathing. Liam sat at his desk, head low, hands trembling. His mind replayed what had just happened. He had lifted a gravitational core that could crush a shuttle. He didn't know how. He only remembered a strange warmth spreading through his chest before everything turned bright. Mr. Core stood near the holographic console, 4 eyes staring at the floating cube. His voice was quiet, uneasy. "This shouldn't exist," he whispered. "Gravity fields do not collapse like that, unless something interferes with the quantum stream itself." A message blinked on the wall screen. "Security lockdown complete. Galactic research team inbound." The alien students began whispering again. Some looked afraid. Others looked curious. The Xylan girl from earlier, Tessra, kept her eyes fixed on Liam. She whispered, "Humans were supposed to be weak. But he broke gravity." Mr. Core turned to Liam. "The council will want to question you. Stay calm. Tell them everything you felt." "I don't know what I felt," Liam replied softly. "It was like something woke up inside me, like I was remembering something." Mr. Core frowned. "Remembering?" He tapped his wrist scanner again, analyzing the reading still coming from Liam's body. The device beeped rapidly. "This is impossible. You are emitting residual energy, but not from any known source." Before they could speak further, the classroom doors slid open with a hiss. 3 alien officers entered, wearing dark armor marked with the emblem of the Galactic Research Division. Behind them floated a silver sphere, a scanning drone. "Step away from the subject," ordered the lead officer, his voice mechanical through the helmet. "Human designation, Liam Carter?" Liam nodded hesitantly. "Yes, you are to come with us for examination," the officer said. "Do not resist." Mr. Core stepped forward. "He is my student. The fault is in the equipment, not in him." The officer turned his head slightly. "Professor, the readings came directly from his body. This human may be a danger to the entire station," Tessra shouted. "He didn't do anything wrong." The officer ignored her and motioned to the guards. They surrounded Liam. He looked frightened but didn't move. "I'll go," he said quietly. "I don't want to cause trouble." As they escorted him out, the floating cube pulsed once more, brighter this time. A deep vibration echoed through the floor. The officer's armor flickered as their gravity stabilizers glitched for a moment. Everyone froze. The cube slowly rotated and stopped, pointing directly toward Liam as he walked away. Then, without warning, it followed, floating behind him like it was drawn to him. "What is happening?" One of the guards gasped. Mr. Core's voice shook. "It's bonded to him." The officers tried to separate the cube with magnetic fields, but every time they pushed it away, it returned, staying 2 meters behind Liam as he walked. Finally, they gave up and led him to the research chamber. Inside the research chamber, the chamber was large, circular, and filled with glowing panels. Scientists of several alien species watched from behind glass walls. The silver scanning sphere floated above Liam, projecting beams of light over him. "Subject shows stable vitals," said one scientist. "Energy pattern unknown. Repeating wave signatures similar to ancient Terran records," replied another. Liam sat silently, staring at his hands. The cube hovered quietly nearby, spinning slowly. He felt a faint pull from it, like a heartbeat matching his own. Suddenly, the lights flickered. One by one, the consoles started showing strange symbols. Not alien text, but human letters. The word "activate" flashed repeatedly across the screens. "Who gave that command?" shouted the head researcher. "Stop the sequence." "No one," another yelled. "It's coming from inside the cube." The cube glowed bright blue. Liam felt warmth rush through his veins. His heart raced. "I can feel it," he whispered. "It's talking." The researchers stepped back. "Talking? You mean telepathic resonance?" Liam nodded. "It's showing me memories." The room grew tense. "Whose memories?" the scientist asked. "Human ones," Liam said quietly. "But not from me. From long ago, before Earth joined the galaxy." The cube pulsed again. The holographic projectors filled the room with images. Ancient human warriors, cities of light, massive ships leaving Earth's orbit. The aliens stared in shock. "This can't be real," whispered one of them. "Humanity didn't have interstellar travel back then." Mr. Core, watching from behind the glass, spoke softly. "Maybe we were wrong. Maybe humans didn't start as a simple species. Maybe they forgot what they were." The head officer turned to the scientists. "Shut it down before it spreads to the station." They tried, but every control panel froze, locked by the cube's energy. Then for a brief second, the entire academy felt weightless again. The gravity fields blinked out, then returned. Everyone fell to the floor as the cube dimmed. Liam gasped, clutching his chest. "It's gone quiet. Did it say anything?" Mr. Core asked. Liam hesitated. "Just one word." Everyone leaned closer. "What word?" Liam looked up, eyes wide with fear and awe. "It said, 'Awaken.'" The room went completely silent. The cube now floated still, but its glow had changed from blue to deep white, like starlight. Outside the station, far away, across deep space, ancient satellites and forgotten probes began to react to the same signal. They were old, thousands of years old, but still functional. Each one woke from sleep mode and sent a single message through the void. Human key activated. Alien governments received the transmission seconds later. On distant worlds, commanders watched in horror as their data screens filled with coordinates, all pointing toward Earth. "Back in the chamber, Mr. Core looked at Liam with a mix of fear and curiosity. "Liam, whatever you did today, it's not over. You've started something much larger than this academy." Liam looked at the glowing cube. "I didn't start it," he said softly. "It's been waiting." The teacher frowned. "Waiting for what?" Liam turned his eyes toward the window, where the stars shimmered outside. His voice was quiet but steady. "For humanity to remember who we really are." The cube pulsed once, softly, like a heartbeat. For the next few hours, the orbital academy floated in complete lockdown. The corridors were empty. The lights flickered with quiet hums as the entire station systems tried to recover from the strange energy pulse that Liam had released. The teachers were ordered to stay inside their quarters. Students were told to remain silent about what had happened in the physics lab. But rumors spread faster than light. Some said the human boy had summoned a black hole. Others whispered that he was an ancient weapon. No one knew the truth except Liam, and even he barely understood it. Inside the research chamber, Liam sat alone. The cube floated quietly above the metal floor, spinning slowly. It no longer glowed bright blue. Instead, it shimmered with faint white light, pulsing like a calm heartbeat. Every few seconds, the air vibrated around it. A small, rhythmic hum that matched Liam's pulse. Dr. Venar, the head alien scientist, entered the room with several guards. His skin was pale silver, and his voice was calm but full of fear. "Liam Carter," he said, "do you understand what you've done?" Liam shook his head. "I didn't do anything. Just happened." Dr. Venner walked closer to the cube, scanning it with his wrist console. The readings danced wildly. "This object is not alien technology," he said softly. "Its molecular pattern. It's human." Mr. Core, who had been allowed to supervise, stepped forward. "That's impossible. Humans never created such energy cores." Venner looked up slowly. "Then explain why it responds only to him." The cube pulsed once, as if answering the question itself. Everyone froze. Then, without warning, the chamber lights dimmed. The holographic monitors came alive, flashing strange symbols. A deep, echoing voice filled the air. It wasn't a voice from any speaker. It came from inside the cube. Signal accepted. Awakening sequence initiated. Liam's heart raced. "It's happening again," Dr. Venner shouted. "Shut it down!" But none of the systems obeyed. The cube floated higher, shining brighter. The walls vibrated as a deep humming filled the entire academy. The signal spreads across the galaxy. In thousands of alien systems, strange signals began to appear. Communication relays picked up the same words. Signal origin, human sector. Activation code, prime memory. On the Thrill homeworld, a council of crystal beings watched the broadcast in horror. "It's the same frequency," one whispered. "The one from the old war." On the Vorthon flagship orbiting a dead moon, Commander Raal studied the data. "It's been 10,000 years since that frequency last appeared," he said coldly. "I thought humanity had forgotten." His second officer frowned. "What does it mean, Commander?" Raal turned to him. "It means the sleeping giant stirs again." Back at the academy, the power surge spread through the entire station. Lights flickered, gravity shifted, and every digital screen displayed one message: "Remember." Students screamed as holograms appeared in the halls, projections of ancient human soldiers, explorers, and scientists. They were like ghosts of the past, flickering in and out of reality. Liam could see them too. Images of people in old uniforms, ships flying through unknown skies, battles fought among the stars. None of it made sense, yet it all felt familiar. Mr. Core stared in shock. "What are these projections?" Liam spoke quietly. "Memories, not mine. Ours." The cube pulsed again, and this time its light reached into the sky. From space, it looked like a white beam shooting straight into the void. A beacon visible from orbit. It carried a signal far beyond the Academy's communication range. The galactic response. Within hours, dozens of alien fleets began moving toward Earth's orbit. Some came in silence. Others came with weapons ready. The Galactic Council feared the unknown, and they feared humanity most of all. A broadcast from the Council spread across the interstellar network. "Unidentified human activation detected. All observation units are to monitor but not engage. If the signal escalates, containment protocols will begin." But on one secret ship, a darker meeting was happening. The Vorthon Dominion, known for their fear of humans since ancient times, gathered their commanders. "We must strike now," said one. "If they awaken fully, nothing will stop them." Commander Raal shook his head. "No, we watch, we wait. If this boy is what I think he is, attacking him will only make the signal stronger." Liam's vision back inside the chamber. Liam clutched his head. The light from the cube was almost blinding now. He could hear voices, thousands of them, echoing in his mind. "Do not fear, child of Earth. The memory of mankind cannot die. You carry the spark we left behind." He fell to his knees, gasping. The cube lowered gently beside him, as if protecting him. Mr. Core ran forward. "Liam, what is it showing you?" Liam opened his eyes, glowing faintly white. "It's showing me what humans used to be." The walls around them transformed again, showing massive cities of light, fleets of human ships traveling through wormholes, and a planet that looked like Earth and but older. Brighter, more advanced. Mr. Core stared in disbelief. "Humans built this?" "Yes," Liam whispered. "Before the fall. Before we forgot." The vision faded, leaving the chamber in silence. The cube dimmed once more, and Liam collapsed, exhausted. Dr. Venner checked his vitals. "He's alive, but his energy levels are changing." "Changing?" Mr. Core repeated. "Yes," the doctor said. "He's no longer fully human." The whisper from the stars that night, as the Academy drifted quietly in orbit, the cube floated beside Liam while he slept. Outside the station, hundreds of invisible probes, ancient human-built machines, began to move. They turned their sensors toward the stars and started transmitting data to one location, Earth's surface. The first whisper of the signal reached the planet below, deep beneath the crust. Inside forgotten ruins hidden for centuries, buried machines awakened, lights turned on after thousands of years of silence, and a voice old and gentle spoke through static. Humanity, your time of sleep is over. The beginning of fear far away in the council chambers. Alien leaders argued in panic. If the humans truly awaken their ancient power, said one, we must act first, another replied. You can't fight what you don't understand. Commander Raal stood quietly, watching the human signal spread across the stars. You all forget, he said slowly. We were the ones who made them forget last time. Everyone froze. What do you mean? Asked a counselor. Raal's eyes glowed faint red. It doesn't matter now. The seal is broken. Humanity remembers. Back to Liam. Liam woke suddenly in the dark. The cube hovered above his bed, glowing softly. He whispered, "What are you?" The cube responded with a faint hum, and then words appeared in his mind. I am not what you think. I'm what you once were. Liam stared at it, eyes wide. You mean human? No, the voice said softly. I mean, everything humanity was meant to become. The cube's light faded into a single spark and disappeared. Liam looked out the window at Earth, glowing peacefully below, unaware that the galaxy had just changed forever. He whispered to himself, if this is what being human means, then maybe we were never ordinary. The orbital academy floated in the quiet darkness of space. Outside its glass domes, stars drifted like frozen fireflies. Inside, the students still whispered about what had happened in the lab 3 days ago. They talked about Liam Carter, the human boy who made the experiment explode with light. Most of them had seen strange things before. Gravity tricks, plasma storms, even mind-linked crystals. But nothing like this. A small cube had reacted to Liam's touch and awakened something older than the school itself. And now every scientist on the station wanted to know why. The cube that wouldn't sleep, Dr. Venar, the lead researcher, had placed the cube inside a containment field. It should have gone silent after the event, but it didn't. It floated in the middle of its glass case, humming softly, as if it were waiting. Mr. Core, Liam's alien teacher, stared at it with all 4 of his eyes. He whispered, "This isn't normal technology. It feels alive." The cube responded with a single pulse of white light, like it understood him. Dr. Venar jumped back. It's reading energy from thought patterns. That shouldn't be possible. Mr. Core turned to Liam. You were the first to touch it. What did you feel? Liam hesitated. It wasn't heat or pain. It felt like recognition, like it knew me. The cube glowed again, brighter this time. The machines around the room started recording strange data, frequencies no one had seen before. The council arrives within hours. A message came from the Galactic Council. They were sending inspectors to the Academy. Whenever the council got involved, it meant trouble. Humans aren't ready for this kind of attention, Dr. Venner muttered. They think your species is too young, too emotional. Mr. Core sighed. Yet it was a human who woke the device. Fate has a sense of humor. Liam looked worried. Will they take it away? Mr. Core nodded slowly. They'll try. Dreams of the past that night while the rest of the station slept, Liam dreamed. He saw the cube again, floating before him in endless darkness. Then the darkness filled with shapes, giant ships, glowing cities, human faces he didn't recognize. A voice echoed around him. You remember what they forgot. He reached toward the vision. Who are you? He whispered. We are the builders. You are our echo. He woke up gasping, sweat cold on his forehead. The cube in the lab was glowing through the wall, calling to him. Breaking the rules, Liam couldn't ignore it. He dressed quietly and slipped out of his dorm, his footsteps silent in the empty hall. Security drones floated by, scanning for movement, but somehow they didn't notice him, like the cube was hiding him. When he reached the lab, the doors opened automatically. Inside, the cube floated above the containment field, free. The light around it was softer now, almost gentle. Liam stepped closer. You're not dangerous. Are you? The cube rotated slowly. Danger depends on the one who remembers. A soft voice said inside his head. He blinked. You can talk? Not talk, communicate, connection reestablished. Liam's heart raced. What connection? Between you and us. Between the builders and their children. The cube pulsed and the air shimmered around him. Images appeared. Humans standing with alien races, building huge gates in space, bringing light to dark worlds. And then, fire, war, silence. The images vanished, leaving Liam trembling. Caught, the lab doors burst open. Dr. Venner and Mr. Core rushed in with guards. Liam, step away from it. The doctor shouted, "It's communicating!" Liam cried. "It knows us." Mr. Core raised a hand. "Let him speak." Dr. Venner hesitated, watching the monitors. "It's producing a memory pattern. Ancient. Older than any known civilization." The cube turned toward them, its voice calm but powerful. "You fear what you do not understand. Yet without humans, none of you would exist." Everyone froze, Mr. Core whispered. "What are you saying?" "Your species built nothing alone," the cube said. "All of you are pieces of what humans once created." The guards backed away in fear. Liam stared at the cube, speechless. The hidden chamber. Suddenly, the cube projected a beam of light onto the floor, revealing a pattern. Circles, lines, and a symbol shaped like a human hand. The floor split open, revealing a staircase leading down into darkness. Dr. Venner gasped. "There's a chamber under the lab." Mr. Core nodded. "Hidden since the academy was built." The cube floated above the opening. "The truth sleeps below. Follow if you remember." Liam looked at the others. "I'm going. Liam, wait!" Dr. Venner called, but it was too late. He stepped onto the stairs, the light guiding him down. The room of origins. The staircase led into a wide circular room made of smooth silver stone. Strange carvings covered the walls, human symbols mixed with alien languages. In the center stood another object, half buried in dust. A large metallic sphere with a faint heartbeat-like pulse. The cube floated beside it. "This is the first seed. The beginning of your story. What does it do?" Liam asked. "It remembers. Touch it and you will see." Liam reached out. The moment his fingers brushed the surface, blinding light filled the room. He saw the earth, blue and bright. He saw humans leaving it long ago, spreading across the stars as explorers and engineers. He saw how they built worlds, helped other species rise, then vanished after something terrible. A decision to erase their own legacy. When the vision ended, Liam was crying. "They erased us, so no one would fear us." "Yes," the cube said, "but memory always finds its way back." The realization. When Liam climbed back to the lab, Dr. Venner and Mr. Core were waiting, eyes wide with fear and wonder. "What did you see?" Mr. Core asked. Liam took a deep breath. "Humans built the stars. We were the first, we just forgot," Dr. Venner whispered. "If that's true, then every empire in this galaxy stands on human work." The cube floated higher, light spreading through the entire station. "The first memory is awake." "4 more remain. 4 more?" Liam repeated. "Yes, and the galaxy will not be ready." The light faded, leaving everyone silent. They all knew the same thing. Whatever this discovery meant, it was only the beginning. For 3 days, the Orbital Academy floated in tense silence. No ship was allowed to leave. No signal was allowed to transmit. Every species inside the Academy was afraid to even speak the word human. Liam Carter remained under observation inside the research chamber. He was calm on the outside, but his dreams were filled with strange visions. Stars collapsing, ships burning, and voices whispering from the past. Each time he woke, the cube was there, floating beside him like a silent guardian. Mr. Core and Dr. Venner were the only ones allowed to see him. They had stopped calling the cube a device. Now they called it the relic. The council arrives on the 4th day. A massive ship arrived, sleek, silver, and covered with the sigil of the Galactic Council. Every alien in the Academy lined up as 3 high counselors entered the station. They were not teachers or scientists. They were rulers. Their presence meant one thing. The galaxy had finally decided what to do about the human boy. Mr. Core waited at the airlock. "Counselors," he greeted nervously, "this is a place of learning. I hope you will treat my student with fairness." The tallest counselor, a pale creature with glowing blue veins, looked at him coldly. "Your student may be the key to the oldest danger in the galaxy. Fairness is not our concern. They walked past him without another word. The interrogation. Inside the observation hall, Liam sat under bright white lights. The cube floated quietly nearby, spinning slowly. The lead counselor began the questioning. "Human," he said sharply, "you will tell us how you activated the relic." Liam shook his head. "I didn't activate it. It chose me." "Lies," hissed another counselor. "Humans cannot control quantum relics." Mr. Core stepped forward. "Please let him speak." Liam looked straight at the counselors. His voice was calm but firm. "When I touched it, I saw memories. Not from now, but from before history. I saw humans flying between stars. We were powerful once. Until something happened, the room fell silent. Even the counselors froze." Dr. Venner spoke carefully. "He may be describing pre-collapse humanity." "Pre-collapse?" Mr. Core repeated. The doctor nodded. "The era that no one remembers. The time when humans ruled systems before the Great Silence." The counselors exchanged dark looks. Finally, the blue-veined leader spoke. "Enough, the boy's visions are dangerous. The relic must be destroyed." The cube suddenly glowed bright white. Everyone shielded their eyes. A voice echoed in the chamber. Neither male nor female, calm but filled with power. "Destroy what you fear, and you will destroy yourselves." The counselors stumbled backward. The relic floated higher, shining like a small star. "You buried the truth," it said. "You hid our memory. But memory does not die, it waits." Liam felt the words inside his mind like thunder. "Who are you?" he whispered. "We are what your kind once became," the relic answered. "You called us the architects." Mr. Core's four eyes widened. "Architects? The creators of the first wormholes?" The relic pulsed gently. "Yes, humanity was the first to shape the stars. But fear spread. Others turned against us. They erased our legacy, and we allowed it to keep balance." The counselors were shaking. "That is impossible. Humans were primitives." The relic's light dimmed to a calm glow. "Then explain why every empire carries fragments of our design." Dr. Venar's scanner beeped wildly. "It's right. The cube's patterns match ancient wormhole gates. We've used their technology for millennia without knowing who built it." The lead counselor backed away. "No, if this is true, then humanity—" Liam stood up slowly, light reflecting in his eyes. "Was never ordinary." The memory unlocked. The cube drifted toward Liam and stopped in front of him. A beam of white light wrapped around his hands and forehead. Everyone gasped as the beam projected massive holograms across the chamber. Stars, fleets, and a giant human symbol burning bright. The relic spoke again. "We left pieces of ourselves scattered across the galaxy. Memory keys hidden from those who feared us. One is now awakened." The hologram changed. Showed 5 glowing locations across the Milky Way. 5 relics just like this one. Dr. Venner whispered, "There are more." Mr. Core nodded slowly. "And they are waking." The counselors were speechless. Finally, the leader shouted, "Shut it down! Destroy the relic before others find it." He reached for his weapon. The relic flared. A shockwave burst through the room, knocking everyone off their feet. The lights shattered. Sparks rained down. When the glow faded, the counselors lay unconscious, unharmed, but silenced. Liam stood unharmed in the center, surrounded by floating symbols of light. The relic hovered before him, calm once again. "The truth is awake," it whispered. "But truth brings fear." Fear in the council hours later. Emergency transmissions spread through every system. The council demanded immediate control of all human settlements. They claimed it was for protection, but everyone knew what it meant: fear. On alien news channels, rumors spread like wildfire. Human boy controls ancient weapon. Earth hides forbidden power. Humanity, creators of the lost machines. The galaxy had always seen humans as small and harmless. Now they began to see them as something else. Something ancient and unpredictable. A quiet conversation in the dark medical bay. Liam sat by the window, staring at Earth far below. Mr. Core joined him quietly. "You changed everything," the teacher said softly. "Do you realize that?" Liam smiled weakly. "I didn't want to. I just wanted to finish my school project." Mr. Core chuckled sadly. "Sometimes destiny doesn't ask." They both looked at the stars. "Mr. Core," Liam asked, "why would they hide what humans were?" The teacher sighed, because power creates fear. If the galaxy remembered what humans once did, no one would ever feel safe again. Liam turned toward the relic floating near the wall. Then maybe it's time they stopped feeling safe. A message sent as the Academy prepared for another day of questioning. The relic flickered one last time. A narrow beam of light shot out of the station, vanishing into deep space. Mr. Core noticed it. What was that? The relic answered quietly. The others must know. The first signal is sent, Liam frowned. Others? 5 relics, 5 keys. 5 awakenings. The next will rise soon, on Earth. The relic dimmed to silence. Liam looked down at the planet glowing below. His heart pounded. Something deep within him whispered again, soft, clear, certain. The time of silence is ending. The signal that left the orbital academy traveled faster than light, through wormholes, through forgotten frequencies, and through the ruins of time. No one could track it. No one could stop it. But across the stars, something began to wake up. The whisper beneath Earth on. A cold morning in the Nevada desert. A small observatory detected an unknown pulse from deep underground. Dr. Hannah Reyes, a geophysicist, checked her monitor twice. It's not a quake, she whispered. It's a pattern. The signal repeated every 37 seconds. It wasn't random. It was communication. She tried to trace it, but every time she ran the scan, her computers froze and rebooted themselves. Then, on the final reboot, a line of text appeared on her screen. The second key is ready. She stared in disbelief. What is this? Who sent that? No one answered. But the lights flickered, and the desert beneath her feet began to hum, like a giant machine buried deep below the surface. The news reaches the Academy. Back at the Orbital Academy, Liam and Mr. Core were still under watch. The Galactic Council had locked them inside their research quarters, pretending it was for safety. But everyone knew it was a prison. Dr. Venner entered quickly, looking pale. The Council just intercepted a new energy signal, he said. It came from Earth. Liam's heart skipped. Earth? You mean? Yes, it matches the same frequency as the relic. Mr. Core turned to Liam. It's happening again. The relic floating in the room began to glow brighter, pulsing in rhythm with the signal. The second has awakened, it said calmly. The memory returns. Liam stood. Can we reach it? You must, the relic replied. Before they do, the Council's decision far above the Academy, the Galactic Council was already in an emergency meeting. The leader slammed his hand on the table. Another relic has activated on the human homeworld. We cannot allow this. One of the generals asked, should we send observers? No, the leader said darkly. We send a fleet. The humans must not discover who they were. A massive fleet, over 100 warships, was prepared for launch. Their orders were clear. Contain Earth and destroy anything connected to the relics. But the relic inside the Academy had already sensed it. They come in fear, it said. But fear cannot stop truth. Escape from the Academy. That night, alarms blared through the Orbital Academy. Liam looked out the window. Ships were forming in orbit, blocking every route to Earth. We'll never get out, Dr. Venner said, panicking. Mr. Core smiled faintly. Never underestimate humans, Doctor. The relic floated to the center of the room, glowing like a small sun. Touch me, it whispered. Liam hesitated, then placed his hand on its surface. Suddenly, the walls dissolved into light. For a moment, everything froze, then reformed. They were standing on a transport ship near the outer docking ring. Dr. Venner gasped. Teleportation. Instant relocation? That's impossible. Mr. Core looked at Liam. For humans, maybe not anymore. The relic dimmed slightly. Go to Earth. Find the second key before the fleet arrives. Liam nodded. And you? I will follow when time allows. Go. They boarded a small human cargo shuttle. Its engines roared, and within seconds the ship plunged into the void, headed straight for Earth. Awakening beneath the sand in the Nevada desert. Dr. Reyes and her team dug through the sand until their drills hit something solid, smooth, metallic and ancient. It's not rock, she whispered. It's built. They uncovered a massive circular structure, half buried. At the center was a single cube, larger than the one Liam found. It pulsed gently with white-blue light. Suddenly, a voice echoed from nowhere. "Identify human presence." Dr. Reyes froze. "Human presence? Yes. I'm Dr. Hannah Reyes." The cube glowed brighter. "Second key recognized. Memory link ready." She stepped closer. "What memory?" "The memory of the awakening." The sand around her began to lift, swirling in circles. Lightning cracked across the sky. Then just as suddenly the cube stopped glowing and went silent. Her instruments all shut down. Every screen displayed a single line. 1 returns, 4 wait. The arrival minutes later, radar stations worldwide detected incoming objects, unknown ships entering Earth's orbit. Governments went into panic. Every nation pointed telescopes upward, and for the first time, the world saw the Galactic Council's war fleet. They didn't come in peace. Liam's shuttle emerged from hyperspace just in time to see the first ships descend. "Too late?" Dr. Venner muttered. "No," Liam said firmly. "Not yet." The relic on his wrist flickered. "Humanity must remember." The broadcast the cube back on Earth activated again, sending out a low-frequency wave that covered the entire planet. Every device, every radio, every satellite broadcast one message. Humans, you were not created to kneel. You were made to build, to protect, to rise. People across Earth froze as their screens filled with strange images. Visions of ancient human cities floating in space, ships traveling through wormholes, and beings of light walking among the stars. The message continued. They took your memory to make you harmless. Now remember, Dr. Reyes fell to her knees, tears in her eyes. All around her, the buried machinery began to rise from the ground, powered by unseen energy. The desert glowed white as massive rings lifted into the sky. The human response on. The shuttle, Liam felt the vibration of the signal. He smiled. "They heard it," Mr. Core nodded. "Yes, and so did the Council." From orbit, the alien fleet began charging weapons. But suddenly, their systems glitched. Controls froze. Engines went silent. Dr. Venner shouted, "They're losing power!" The relic spoke softly, almost amused. "You cannot fight your creators with their own tools." One by one, the alien ships drifted helplessly, trapped in orbit. The return begins. In the Nevada desert, the rising rings formed a portal of light. Through it, distant stars shimmered. The cube floated upward and spoke once more. "The path is open. The ancients return." Liam's shuttle entered the atmosphere, fire blazing behind it. As they descended, he saw the glowing structure from miles away. Dr. Venner whispered, "It's beautiful." Mr. Core looked at Liam. "Are you ready to finish what your kind began?" Liam nodded. "Not finish, continue." The message across the stars, as the alien fleet struggled to recover, a new signal burst through every known channel of the galaxy. A voice, human, steady, powerful, spoke across all frequencies. "This is Earth, we remember." All over the galaxy, ancient machines stirred. Lights blinked on in ruins long forgotten. And those who once feared humanity realized the truth. The ancients had returned. The sky above Earth burned with light. Alien warships hung in orbit, paralyzed by the same human energy that had awakened the relics. Across the planet, millions watched in silence as the Nevada portal shimmered like a second sun. The old fear that humanity was small was gone. Something far greater had returned. The awakening spreads all over Earth. Ancient machines hidden deep beneath cities and oceans began to stir. Energy lines, once thought to be myth, glowed across continents. In Africa, mountains split open to reveal buried metal halls. In Asia, giant towers of forgotten design rose from the ground. The world was changing, and no one could stop it. Dr. Hannah Reyes stood near the glowing portal in the desert, her hair whipping in the hot wind. She spoke into her radio. "If anyone can hear this, the Earth itself is waking up." The cube hovered in front of her, calm and bright. "The 4th key is ready," it said. "The 5th must be found." "Where?" she asked. "Where it all began." The return of Liam, a burning trail streaked across the sky. The shuttle. It landed near the desert base, kicking up dust and sand. Liam stepped out first, eyes glowing faintly with the same white light as the relic. Dr. Reyes ran toward him. You're the boy from the news. What's happening to us?" Liam looked at the rising portal. "It's not happening to us. It's happening for us." Mr. Core and Dr. Venner followed him, both stunned by the energy everywhere. The relic on Liam's wrist glowed. 4 keys awakened. The 5th sleeps within the memory of the first. Liam frowned. The first? The first human who touched the stars. The one who started everything. Dr. Reyes gasped. That can't be real. That would mean he still lives, the relic interrupted, but not as flesh. As memory. The Council's desperation high above, the alien Council fleet finally regained partial control of their ships. The Supreme Counselor glared at the planet below. If we can't contain them, we erase them. He turned to his officers. Prepare the annihilation beam. But before they could fire, every targeting system went black. An unknown signal took over their communications. A human voice spoke through every channel. We are the architects. You built your empires upon our ruins. And yet you call us primitive. The fleet's weapons deactivated. The voice continued calmly. We are not your enemy. We are your beginning. Every alien commander on that fleet knew. No weapon could match what had awakened below. The chamber beneath Liam, Mr. Core, and Dr. Reyes entered the glowing portal. Inside was not another world, but a chamber of light and mirrors stretching into infinity. Symbols floated in the air, changing and moving like living code. At the center stood a figure made of light, humanoid, tall, and ancient. Its voice was deep and kind. Welcome, descendant. Liam stepped closer. Are you the first? I am the memory of who we were. I held the last piece of what humanity once knew. And now you are ready to receive it. A beam of soft light touched Liam's forehead. Images flooded his mind. Cities made of crystal. Humans walking among stars, building worlds, creating peace between galaxies. Then the wars, the betrayal, the decision to erase themselves so others could thrive. Tears ran down his face. You gave up everything. We chose silence to give the galaxy time to grow, the figure said. But now they have forgotten the lesson of peace. It is time to remember. The figure's body began to fade. The last memory is yours now. Lead them well, Liam whispered. What happens next? Humanity returns to its place among the stars. Not as conquerors, but as guardians. The figure dissolved into light, merging with Liam's body. The 5th key had awakened. The transformation outside, the desert roared with thunder. The 5 relics across the galaxy synchronized. Beams of light connecting from planet to planet, forming a network of shining paths. The portal expanded into a colossal ring above Earth, bright as a second moon. From space, it looked like a glowing symbol of the ancient human mark, visible to every being watching across the galaxy. Dr. Reyes whispered, It's beautiful. Mr. Core nodded slowly. No, it's history returning. The relic floated beside Liam, glowing brighter than ever. It is done. The architects live again, through their children. The message to the galaxy, all communication systems across the galaxy crackled to life once more. Every race, every world heard the same voice. We were forgotten. Now we remember. We built the bridges you walk on. We forged the stars you call your homes. Humanity has returned, not for vengeance but for truth. Across alien worlds, rulers trembled. Citizens listened in silence. And on Earth, people raised their eyes to the sky, filled with pride, not fear. The Council's surrender on the flagship, the Supreme Counselor fell to his knees. The prophecy was true, he muttered. They are the makers. His second-in-command asked softly, What do we do? He looked at the glowing Earth below. We kneel, and we learn. A new dawn weeks later, Earth became the center of the new galactic alliance. Humans didn't seek power. They offered guidance. The relics, now called the Keys of Memory, were placed around the world, not as weapons, but as symbols of unity. Dr. Reyes became Earth's science ambassador. Mr. Core returned to teaching, this time with aliens and humans sitting side by side in his class. And Liam Carter became the first human representative to the stars. One night, he stood alone on a balcony of the new orbital city, staring at the galaxy glowing beyond. The relic hovered near him, silent. Liam smiled. It all started with a school experiment, and ended with a species remembering who they are. The relic replied softly. Liam looked at the stars, his voice steady. We were never ordinary, were we? No, the relic said. its light fading into the horizon. You were always extraordinary. Epilogue across the galaxy, the human mark appeared once more on the ancient gates, glowing softly. And deep in the endless dark, other forgotten relics stirred. Watching, waiting, proud, humanity was back, and the universe would never forget them again.